Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another dispatch. So, before moving into this reading, I want to read another piece from The Art of Resonance by Anne Bogart. But I wanted to mention I'm listening to Patti Smith's new memoir, Bread of Angels. It's extraordinary. So, you should read it or listen to it, or at least listen to the conversation between her and Ezra Klein on his podcast. It's fantastic. She is something. She is extraordinary. Patron saint of the arts. That's what I'm thinking of. I think she's a patron saint of the arts, of artists, of artists, of artists. All right, all right. Okay, so the art of seeing. It's page 34. Can I read it? Yes. Am I being recorded? Yes. We're good. We're on. Okay. To learn to see, to accustom the eye to calmness, to patience, and to allow things to come up to it, to defer judgment, and to acquire the habit of approaching and grasping an individual case from all sides. This is the first preparatory schooling of intellectuality. One must not respond immediately to a stimulus. One must acquire a command of the obstructing and isolating instincts. Friedrich Nietzsche. It's a mouthful. As a theater director, my job is to watch over, to pay attention, to bring empathy and quick thinking to each rehearsal, to be ready to laugh or to be amazed or even disappointed. In rehearsal, I try not to react. Rather, I am ready to respond. I must not only be patient and wait like a fly fisherman, sensitive to the slightest tug, but also, at every millisecond, to be ready to change course. I face the stage with hyperpresence and look without desire. I wait. I wait for looking to become seeing. Most of daily life involves a lot of looking, but not much seeing. Looking is a physical action defined as turning one's eye towards an object. Generally, I look in order not to bump into things. If you see me turn to look at a bicycle passing by, you can tell what I am doing based upon my action. Seeing, on the other hand, is not necessarily visible to someone watching. Seeing requires perception on the part of the person who is looking. The art of seeing has to be learned. Marguerite Duras. As a society, we have come to value looking over seeing, and we are becoming intolerant to ambiguity. Looking, unlike seeing, especially in a capitalist society, is linked to desire and acquisition. We are primed to desire and enticed to feed upon what we are looking at. Much of our current technology is engineered to increase our passion to consume. In recent years, social media and internet shopping have transformed us into looking machines. The consumer culture is filled with desirous cravings for the latest news, for the newest gadgets, or for the most appealing selfie. Perhaps we are so inundated with visual input that we simply cannot take the time to attend to it all, or discriminate one thing from another, or even to edit. We scan, we scroll, we change channels or websites in a desperate search for novelty. The activity is hypnotic and it is addictive. We search less for meaning and more for the thrill of novelty, and look with increasing desperation, moving from one image to the next, to the next, and to the next. These incessant urges have become a nearly inescapable part of our contemporary lives. The imagery fascinates, motivates, and delights, but ultimately it can never be enough because the novelty of it all is so enticing that we are not given the opportunity to go into depth with anything. The uninterrupted connection provided by the internet is both highly beneficial to our lives, but also hazardous because our engagement in the present moment is constantly interrupted. Sustained connection and deliberate slowness are increasingly rare. Deliberate slowness, or the experiencing of moments of being in an altered time signature, allow us to register multiple layers of time, history, and motion. Patience and the deliberate engagement of delay can intensify our temporal and spatial experiences and become a powerful artistic tool in the journey toward resonant art. The tree, which moves some people to tears of joy, is, in the eyes of others, only a green thing that stands in the way. William Blake. Seeing, on the other hand, implies a stronger commitment than looking and requires the attempt to understand the complexities and ambiguities of what is being looked at. Seeing transcends desire and involves far more than visual engagement. In order to see, I must not only look, but also I must pay attention to what I am looking at. Seeing engages all of the senses, receiving and interconnecting them, while weaving together memory and an awareness of context. In order to turn looking into seeing, I must linger. I must interest myself in the details that are always finer and more nuanced. If I have the patience, I can begin the process of seeing what a thing is about, what it is made up of, and perhaps even how it relates to other things in its environment. The object of contemplation enters the heart and mind directly, and eventually the ambiguities dissolve. And I find that I can live with multiple meanings and thrive in ambiguity. The boundaries between the self and the world are transcended, and I momentarily merge with the things seen. There are always flowers for those who want to see them. Henri Matisse. In my own daily life, I have come to realize that actually I do not see very much. I am always looking, but I rarely see. I am impatient and have the tendency to look around swiftly with minimal attention. I have a hyperactive mind that is always planning but rarely settling or noticing. Fortunately, this changes when I am in a rehearsal or in a theater or in a classroom. I am grateful that I am able to see at least some of the time. Okay. Hope you're all well, making stuff. Hope you had a good holiday. Okay. Take care. You well. Bye-bye.